Hello folks, distinguished looking gentleman here to tell you the story on how old Dakota lost $1,000 vending his first show. Oh man, this is a long and perilous journey of me just sucking money out and all in all just not having a very good time whatsoever. But before we really dive into the dumpster fire that was the weekend I had, let's dive into the actual expo, because although it was a huge disaster, I have about 3 minutes of content to share with you guys, and we'll roll that right now. How's it going, folks? We're over here at the Rhode Island Expo. It is hot, there is no AC, but we got this small fan, so that's a-okay.
This is Flash, and he's really fired down right now, but he's an insane extreme harlequin, and his name is Flash for more than one reason. But yeah, this is his daughter, and mom is probably one of the craziest lavenders I've ever seen.
Yeah, she's looking pretty good.
Yeah, she's insane, and the kid she produced, this is a holdback, this isn't going anywhere. The structure isn't that great, but the color I want to work on, there's a lot of red spots going on.
Awesome. So what can you tell me about this guy?
This guy right here is called a Grammostola pulchra, the Brazilian black tarantula. They're known to be the Labrador retriever of tarantulas because they are so friendly. These guys predominantly will just kick hairs when they want to be defensive. They are a New World tarantula, which means they tend to rather use their hairs than their fangs for defense. Their venom is only about as strong as a bee sting. So they're great beginner tarantulas, they're very hardy, and they make excellent pets.
Awesome, man. Definitely a great choice. We're over here at Invertebrate. Awesome guy, man. Be sure to check him out.
These are Spanish rib newts. Here's two females, a leucistic and a normal. These are some of the babies. I recommend these a lot to people that are nervous about keeping axolotls cool enough. These are a lot more forgiving about the water quality and also more forgiving about the water temperature. I still like it on the cool side, but as you can see, they get big like an axolotl and they're just super simple care. One of my favorites.
Awesome, man.
Thank you.
Alright, what's up you guys? My name is Joe. I am the owner of the Dead Moon Studio. Everything did die naturally. I preserve snakes and other reptiles in jars. These are all donated to me by breeders, owners, stores, all of that stuff. So basically, instead of things being thrown into a garbage or even buried, they get to be seen and loved in their afterlife. I do commissions as well for these pets. And then I just came out with my butterfly line, and these are all preserved on old 18 and 1900s newspapers, letters, articles. I get them at estate sales, thrift stores, stuff like that. Yeah, so you can find me on Instagram, The Dead Moon Studio, same as my TikTok, The Dead Moon Studio, and everything's available on my website, thedeadmoonstudio.com. And I will be vending haunted happenings in Salem, October for every weekend in October. So make sure you come out and say hi.
Let's get into it, because it's a real good time. By the way, leave a comment on this very fancy hat that I have now. Very nice, very good. I still have the tag on it, forgot to take it off, but hey. Goddamn, am I looking fancy right now. What you guys must be thinking at this point, that's gonna be Dakota $1,000, that's ridiculous. How does anyone lose $1,000 going to a show? That makes no sense. Well, I will take you step by step on how old Dakota lost all this money. Step one of this thing, the table. The table cost for the weekend was $100. So we got $100, and of course the drive over there, which is gonna cost around $70, well, $50 worth of gas. We'll say 50, keep it on the low end. $50 worth of gas, bringing our total to $150. That happens, it makes me realize it's gonna be a bad day. None of my alarms set off right, and I wake up wicked late for this thing. I set my alarms for around 4:30 so I could take care of everything and then start driving out. I believe I woke up around like 5:30 or 6, something around those lines. It got to the point where as soon as we got to the show, we had about 12 minutes to set up before it actually started. Over to the show, and we were there, and the first thing that I realized is, whew, man, it's a little hot in here, a little spicy. I thought they said the AC was going to be pretty cool. Well, that was not the case. It was... Josh's Frogs brought out one of their ambient thermometers, and the show read around like 92 degrees in the place. It was so hot. Luckily, Renee went out and bought me and my boy Richie over at the Gecko King. We vended the show together, and we had these tiny fans that we were all huddled next to try to keep cool. And then towards the end, I had to put like all my New Caledonian stuff against the fan, because I'm like, Jesus, it's gonna be too hot for them. The show was very warm. It was a very, very warm show. Hot show is bad for 2 reasons. Number one, for the vendors. I'm sweating my butt off. I'm not having a good time. Actually, the first day, I was getting a little woozy. It wasn't to the point where I was gonna pass out, but I was like, at the end of the first day, I was like, God damn, dude, I need to like lay down or something. I was feeling pretty fucking bad. The second reason why it's gonna be bad is for the customers, because no one wants to actually stick around and look at the table when they're sweating their balls off. You guys know what I'm saying? So, a lot of heavy turnover, you know, people were coming in, they were doing the loop, and then they were immediately leaving. There weren't very many wanderers and very many lingerers, and if you don't want people lingering at your table, well, it's gonna be pretty hard to sell anything, and just like that, it was very difficult to sell anything at that show. That show for 16 hours across 2 days, the entire weekend, and I sold a whopping 1 animal. 1 baby tokay gecko. I know the person that bought that tokay gecko watches the channel, so if you, sir, are watching this right now, drop me a comment right down there. You were the saver of that show, and literally the only good part about that weekend. People are gonna be like, oh, Dakota, you sell tokay geckos. You brought tokay geckos to a show. No one wants tokay geckos, blah, blah, blah. But I went around to, I would say everyone, but a good majority of the vendors over there, and they all kind of gave me the same thing when I asked them how much money you guys made at your table, and it was all like, eh. So the general consensus of money made from vendors at the show is, eh. So the first day's over. We're heading up to the Airbnb, which brings us an additional cost. It was around $200 to secure that place. I split it with my friend Richie. We got that nice little Airbnb. Getting into that Airbnb, I realized they did not have central air in it. It was another window unit, so I went from a 92-degree show into an Airbnb that was around 87 degrees for the night. Day 2 comes. We're sweaty. None of us are having a good time. There was a lot of talk about not showing up for tomorrow, but I kept saying to myself, dude, I've lost already. I'm down like $300. I need to make at least one sale. So let's head back in on Sunday. Let's just give it a shot, because, you know, we're already here. Why just leave before vending both days? So we're about to head back in. We're getting all the animals ready to go back for the day. Then Renee can't find the key. She cannot find the key to unlock the car and for us to go. So we looked for this damn key for about 2 hours. Luckily, we're only about 15 minutes from the show. The show is about to start. I believe we got there like just around the time when the show was about to come on. Cannot find the key. So we are stuck in Rhode Island. I mean, what are you gonna do? 2 hours of looking, we decided to say, screw it, let's get another key made, and me and Richie are gonna hit the show while Renee waits for the key. Now, I know what you guys are thinking at this point. Well, Dakota, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, a fancy hat like that, you got the big bucks to afford anything, and, well, you might be all right about that. Old Dakota does live in a lap of luxury with his 2017 Nissan Sentra. The big taker away of this is the fact that Nissan Sentras, they don't have keys, they have key fobs. And that is a core detail that will limit on really the clarity of how I became $1,000 in debt from vending this show. Honestly, this has never happened to me. I've never lost a key and I was not able to get into my car and drive away. I've never gone anywhere on vacation or whatever and lost a key. So I don't know how much it costs. The guy doesn't really say how much it costs. I'm talking to my boy Richie. He's like, it can't be more than like 100, 150, somewhere around that lines. And just thinking to myself the whole time, yeah, I got 150. I can drop 150 on it, no problemo. Well, about an hour and a half into the show comes through, then Renee gives me a call. The man made a key and wants $600 for the replacement. $600! Oh, fuck. Point, man, I don't think it even affected me. I'm hot, my brain's not working properly. I'm like, okay, here you go. Let's just give the man $600, which is why you guys have noticed that the uploads have been a little slow. It's because I actually gave the Wi-Fi money to spend on my cable and Wi-Fi to this key. So I don't have Wi-Fi right now. I've been using my phone's mobile data to upload videos. It takes about 18 to 20 hours to upload one video right now. This brings our grand total of the day to $850 or something along those lines. And after we got them small little fanboys, some travel pillows and blankets because we forgot it, we were just under the $1,000 mark. And your boy made one sale for $175. That was my grand experience of vending my first ever reptile show. Man, now I won't say it's all bad. Now, two things I want to say at the very end of this. That's going to be, I don't blame the promoters for this. Corey, he's a good guy. He was doing all he can. They kind of got swindled in the fact that the owners of the property said it was going to be AC and there wasn't. So I'm not putting the blame on the promoters. I most likely will be back for the October show. I heard last year, in the last fall, the money was good. A lot of people were buying stuff. So I'll come back to the show. I'll give it one, I always like to give second chances. One might be an oopsies, but goddamn was this a royal oopsies for old Dakota, but not all of it was the show's fault. I mean, the majority of it was us losing the key. So I'll give the show another shot. I'll be back in October over in Rhode Island. Make sure to go check me out over there. I had a great time meeting a lot of people. This was the first time I got to check out Richie from Gecko King. We had a great time. Great dude. Despite everything, it was just fun shooting the shit with him. I met some boys over at KC Invertebrates that you guys saw with the black tarantula. Absolutely awesome people. Reptilian Exotics, another amazing guy. Dark Moon, oh, fuck, I can't remember her name. The lady that does the bug and lizard taxidermy type stuff. Absolutely awesome person. There's a bunch of cool people. You guys shook my hand a couple of times. Everyone's like, I love your videos. You did awesome on that nerd piece, which is hilarious to hear, man. I liked meeting all the fans and all the people. It was fun. So I'll come back. I'll do another show. Don't worry. But of course, like in every expo, your boy did not leave empty-handed. I had some holds done with Richie, and instead of shipping them over, we decided to head to the show and we traded it up. So I've got some amazing animals that will be used as breeders in the 2023 season. Reptiles include a crested gecko that I really never imagined I'd spend so much money on. It is the most expensive crested gecko I ever own at this point in time, and probably the last crested gecko I ever buy. I don't know, those super caps look cool, Xanthic looks cool. Maybe I'll start throwing money at the new Cal stuff. However, the thing is, we got an amazing tokay gecko, an amazing crested gecko. What exactly are they? You'll have to stick around till the next episode to find out. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed hearing about my huge financial loss vending my first show. As always, if you want to help your boy out, we got some stuff going on, some affiliate links down there, Patreon, of course, to see behind the scenes and get an inside look on what those animals are, and then merch. Check this out. Look at this cool shirt. We've got like a bunch of better ones than this one, but we've got this one too, right down there in the store banner thingy. As always, folks, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to follow us over here at DBCB Exotics. We will see you next time, but until then, goodbye.